Hello everyone, welcome to Join Algebra webinar. I'm Johnson, your speaker for today, and we are going to talk about the solution that can make Talon Pro and Mini Pro work together. And of course, Talon Pro works with Mini and Mini Plus as a solution pair too. Okay, before we get started, let's do some review first. What are the main features of Talon Pro? Talon Pro is a 5R, 5 keywords to remember, ready to streaming from anywhere to everywhere in any time. Okay. The first one is about the monitor. Talon Pro can monitor input signals and do image analysis in real time. The second R is switcher. Talon Pro can switch between input signal, including 2 HDMI inputs and 2 UVC inputs. And the third R is recorder. The USB 2.0 port on the bottom can do the recording in real time while streaming. And the fourth R is the streamer. Connected to the network, Talon Pro can stream directly to the platform. And the fifth R is the encoder. Talon Pro can be applied as an NDI encoder. See, with these powerful features, it's never too much to name it a talent anchor online. Once Talon Pro was launched, this product has attracted many inquiries and orders from our customers and partners. And next, let's watch a short video together to know better about Talon Pro. Well, back to today's topic, why we need Talon Pro and why we want TAO and Mini series to work together. The reason is we want to make everything simple. Let's say if you already have a Mini Pro, also then you get a Talon Pro. You don't need an extra computer and monitor and software to do the streaming. You can stream stably to the cloud and streaming platform directly. Monitoring, switching, PDD controlling, NDI encoding, these features are all available in this solution. Next, let's learn this solution in more details. First, let's take a look at Mini Pro. Mini Pro is a new generation of mini-size switcher developed by Algebra for live streaming. It can support input and the switching of 4-channel HDMI signals, PDD control, and real-time recording. So how can we make it work with Talon Pro? First, let's check a connection diagram of a solution. From this diagram, we can see the Mini Pro is connected to Talon Pro via a USB 0.0 cable and an HDMI cable, so that both PVW and PGM signals of Mini Pro can be sent to Talon Pro for monitoring and RTMP streaming. The LAN port of Talon Pro is connected to a router, and the HDMI output is connected to a monitor. Talon Pro is a multi-signals monitor and a streaming device in this combined application. Besides, Talon Pro can also access other signals such as camera input and other UVC inputs. Another important function is that not only on Mini Pro, Talon Pro can also do the recording so that double backup recording can be done if both are connected. Okay, now let's take a look at the physical connection of this solution. To keep the streaming equipment fixed, we need to prepare a shelf and a tripod. This is the shelf. You can see this shelf is made of metal, is very stable and tough, and the Talon Pro is installed on the top of the shelf, and the Mini Pro is installed on the console. As you can see, the size of the console is designed according to the size of the Mini series. It means that you can also replace the Mini Pro with Mini or Mini Plus. And on the shelf, there are many standard flat holes where the common accessories can be installed, such as microphones, mobile phones, lights, etc. So generally speaking, the whole solution is in integrated design and can be easily installed and very portable. It can be applied to a variety of scenes such as live events, online meeting, wedding, church, and online education. Okay, now let's watch a video to learn how to connect the whole system. When we are done, we'll power up the equipment. After all are started, we only need to set the USB 1 input of the Talon Pro as the output signal and set the RTMP so that the USB output from Mini Pro can be converted into RTMP network streaming. Here, let's see on Talon Pro screen, we can monitor all input signals. Also, we can switch between signals. For example, this is the PVW signal from Mini Pro. Then we switch to PGM signal from Mini Pro, which is the UVC input 1 on Talon Pro. Also, we can switch to another UVC signal. This is the signal from tiny USB camera. Okay, let's go back to UVC input 1. PDJ signal switching can be done on Mini Pro, like this. And then we connect two U discs. One is on Talon Pro and the other one is on Mini Pro, so that we can make the record backup. When all prepared, we can turn on the streaming or NDI encoding function on Talon Pro and start working. So this is exactly back to what we were saying, 5R for Talon Pro. Monitor, switcher, recorder, streamer, and encoder. And this is really awesome. As we mentioned before, Talon Pro can work with all Mini series products. Here in this setup, Mini Plus is installed on this console and working with Talon Pro. The connection is quite similar to the Mini Pro solution. As you can see, you can also replace it with the Mini. And of course, Talon Pro can work with video processor. Let's take VSP628 Pro from RGB Link, for example. The HDMI output of the processor can be connected to the HDMI input of Talon Pro and can stream directly to the network. In fact, Talon Pro can work with any equipment that has a standard UVC and HDMI 1.3 interface. We can check on this picture. The USB input of the Talon Pro supports standard USB 3.0 devices, such as common USB camera or switches with USB 3.0 output like Mini series. The HDMI input supports standard HDMI 1.3 devices like PDZ camera, video processor, computer, etc. This shows its great expansibility and compatibility. If you already have a Mini switcher or a video processor with Talon Pro, you don't need an extra monitor and computer to do the streaming anymore. With the current equipment you have, Talon Pro can always make it up to a complete streaming solution. The above is all the contents of today's webinar. We mainly introduced the combination solution of Talon Pro and Mini series. And thank all the guests who participated in today's webinar. If you have any questions, please contact ourselves or log into the official website to learn more. The next part is the Q&A session. Please send the questions you are interested in the chat box, and we will answer you online. This part will last about 10 minutes. Then we will end today's webinar. Thank you.